I support this Center for the Rights of Abused Children for many reasons. In particular, because the center is changing the system, thereby helping so many more kids more quickly. We can get to the children more quickly. And law by law, state by state, the center is making an enormous difference.
I support the Center for the Rights of Abused Children because I want to make sure every child has a chance to be safe and loved.
I support the Center for the Rights of Abused Children because I believe every child should have an opportunity to thrive, to grow, to use the gifts they have, to have a full and engaged life, just as many of you are who are watching this video.
It's hard to find a more sympathetic population than children who have been dealt such a tough hand in life. And outcomes for foster care children are so incredibly poor.
I've always had a place in my heart for children that were abused, and that were without parents. I had a very strong mother and a very close mother, yet I had an alcoholic father. And so I grew up in a house that had some abuse, So that's probably where that came from. There's nothing that pulls at your heart more than a child growing up without their parents. I mean, the whole system is just terrible. I mean, when you lose your parents, when your parents abandon you, usually because of drugs or some substance abuse, or maybe first a divorce, then drug abuse, but it's just heartbreaking.
I think every child deserves to have a voice. And I believe that Darcy is not only giving these kids a voice, but giving them hope.
One by one, giving these kids voice, giving them some power. I could get very choked up because these kids, they need a hug. They need to know that someone cares if they show up after school, at home. They need guidance. And we, as a community, a state, a nation, have failed these kids.
What Darcy does with her team, that small and mighty team, going state to state, is fix that brokenness.
I think she wants it to be where every kid in the country has representation. And why shouldn't it be? These kids who don't have voices, who don't have the capacity to understand the laws and the way our government works, and when they don't even have parents. So they don't have parents, they don't have advocates, they're maybe too young to even know what to do. So for Darcy to get this ball rolling, starting in Arizona and now rolling out to multiple states and hopefully the 50, I think it will change the tapestry of America.
Darcy is so incredibly inspiring, both as a mother, fostering 10 children of her own. She's seen firsthand the impact on these children. She has brought pro bono attorneys together to make sure these kids are represented in court, that they have a fighting chance with what they're doing. I think people don't realize that. The legislation she has worked to get into place to ensure these kids have rights.
And it takes a lot. There's a lot of court time, a lot of attorney time, and many other programs to help these kids overcome.
So we were early supporters for, the simple fact that when Darcy sets her mind on doing something, she gets it done. And
we believe in her, and we will do everything we can to help that mission go forward.
One child, 1 minute, one listening, one smiling, one caring, one other wonderful adult who can wrap their arms around you, and hopefully it just extends from there, and so that these kids have family and that they grow up in this and aren't just lost in a system and a cycle of abuse. So it absolutely matters. Every one, every single one.
There's a quote that I love. It's from Margaret Mead, and it's, "Don't believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for indeed, that's all who ever have." And that I'm 100% believer in that. And Darcy and her team are changing the world for foster care kids, and I just think they're the heroes.